was one of the more nuts trades deadlines we've had in a long time in the NBA. I think it is indicative of the fact that this was a year of a lot of parity. With so many teams close, like I've said before, desperation is a stinky, stinky cologne. And it hurts when you feel like we're one piece away, we're one here, we're one there. And so many teams made moves. It really was bananas. I mean, obviously the headline that everyone's been talking about, Luka is now a Laker. Luka Magic, as he got moved to the Los Angeles Lakers over this last week as a 25-year-old, five-time all-first-team NBA absolute stud for just Anthony Davis in a first-round pick, which has a lot of people going, what in the F actually happened in Los Angeles? I have my theories on that. They also, by the way, added the big they were looking for, 7'1" Williams they got for Dalton Connect and some other pieces there. So the Lakers really made the hugest waves by far over the trade deadline, but they were far from the only ones. In case you missed it, besides Luka going to LA, AD going to the Mavs, Kyle Kuzma's a buck. I want to talk about that. They Milwaukee sent Chris Middleton and AJ Johnson out of their way. They got back, of course, Mr. Kuzma himself, Baldwin Jr. and Jericho Sims. Also picked up KPJ in a short trade as well, so the Bucks made some big moves. The Kings, I think, went down. They got Valanciunas and Zach LaVine, but they've lost their last couple. Zach LaVine I like, but for who they had to let go of, De'Aaron Fox is now a San Antonio Spur. Definitely want to break that down in a three-team trade with the Kings and Bulls. Chicago got their first pick back, Jones and Herter. Kings got LaVine, 3 firsts, 3 seconds, but the Spurs got the Fox, and I got a lot to say about that, pun intended. Ding, 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 ding. That's a huge, huge trade a lot of y'all are sleeping on. The Suns basically stayed pat. Kevin Durant was very heavily rumored, almost to my Golden State Warriors. They ended up keeping him. Beal didn't go anywhere because there was no trade clause, but they did trade Nurkic, and they had to lose a first-round pick in the process just to bring back Cody Martin, so I thought the Suns actually kind of made some odd moves there. The Cavs shocked me at 41-10, and clearly the best team, at least in the Eastern Conference, get DeAndre Hunter. They traded Karis LeVert, Niang, and some second-round picks there for DeAndre Hunter. I thought that was a big move, and Atlanta was not done. Another kind of contender, this is what I'm talking about, these mid-level teams, the LA Clippers, currently in 7th, 28-23, got Bogdanovich from Atlanta for Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, and 3 second-round picks. The Pistons got Dennis Schroeder, who after the Jimmy Butler trade, which I'll discuss here, that's now his 8th total trade in his career, 3 in a 24-hour period, and he compared it to modern-day slavery, which I will get into.
Cut the shit.
We will talk about that stupid statement he made a little later in the show here, as far as calling the NBA trade deadline slave labor, whatever. The Grizzlies also dealt Marcus Smart and a first-round pick for 2 second-round picks. I thought that was very kind of a weird move by the Memphis Grizzlies, who at 35-16 look like they're pretty much in a good place to contend. The Raptors got Brandon Ingram, PJ Tucker, and James Wiseman. Made a lot of moves for being in 13th place and 16-25, in my opinion. And the Pelicans only got back for Brandon Ingram, Bruce Brown, Olynyk, a first and a second-round pick, which is kind of odd, but I guess Brandon Ingram is a rental, so that might explain that. He's only a 1 year because of his contract, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, the Warriors, and the other big move besides Luka, got Jimmy Butler from Miami in a 4-team, 7-player trade. Utah and the Pistons were involved. We had to let go of Andrew Wiggins in Golden State, slow-mo, 1 protected first, which went to Miami, and that, of course, sent Schroeder out there to Detroit after he went to Utah. Lindy Waters as well went to Detroit. But, I mean, God, too, recap here. Luka's in the L.A., AD's in Dallas, Kyle Kuzma's a buck, the Kings get Valanciunas and Zach LaVine, but the Spurs got De'Aaron Fox. The Suns did not move KD or Beal and instead traded Nurkic for Cody Martin. The Cavs made a shocking move in getting DeAndre Hunter from Atlanta, and then Atlanta also traded Bogdanovich to the L.A. Clippers. The Pistons got Schroeder. The Grizzlies dealt Marcus Smart. The Raptors get Brandon Ingram, PJ Tucker, and Wiseman. The Warriors get Jimmy Butler. I mean, good God. Run out of breath here, man. That's a lot of moves. And again, indicative of the idea that this was a year of parity and so many teams so close. It's hard, man. It's hard not to take that bite and go ahead and throw your fishing line out there and see what you could do. So a lot of these guys made those moves, and I thought they were very interesting. So I want to discuss which ones I really think make an impact and which ones don't.